Yay! I have the keys to unlock Pocket Roni. Okay, we're going to be doing some other unit conversions that are, I guess I would say, not under your normal, what we've done with the regular unit conversions and the square unit and cubic unit. So these have a little bit different conversion factors to them. We're trying to turn 2 acres, which is an area of land. We want to turn 2 acres into square feet. Square feet is also an area of land. But we want to measure, instead of measuring it in acres, we want to measure it in square feet. So if you look at your conversion tables, you have a conversion of this. 1 acre equals 43,560 square feet. Okay, so they're already telling you that an acre equals a certain amount of square feet. So we use this conversion factor to convert from acres to square feet. So we start with 2 acres. We start with what we're given, always. Turn that into a fraction. We multiply by a conversion factor. We want to get rid of acres, so acres goes in the bottom, which means square feet, we're using this conversion factor. Acre goes in the bottom, which means square feet has to go in the top. Our acres goes away. We are left with square feet. That is a good thing. That's what we're wanting to be left with, square feet. Our 1 goes with the word acre, so 1 goes down here. Our 43,560 goes with our square feet. So the 43,560 goes in the numerator. That's 43,560. I know it's hard to read. So now it's just a matter of multiplying our numbers. Because our units went away, our acres went away, and we're left with square feet. So now it's 2 times 43,560. I know I could probably do that, and that's just 43,560 twice. Yeah, I could have done that in my head. 87,120 square feet, because that's the unit that's left. 2 times 43,560 is 87,120, 87,120 square feet. 1 times 1 is just 1, but any number divided by 1 is just itself. And that's how you can turn acres into feet using this conversion factor. That was 29B13. All right, let's go to 29B15. Actually, can we skip down here to 29B16? Okay, we're going to come back to the other one. Let's come down here looking at 2 yards of carpet. When you go into the store to buy carpet for your house, you're going to buy it in what they call yards of carpet. We're trying to go to square feet. If you notice, square feet is an area. We're trying to get an area of carpet. Now, to tell you what the conversion factor is, carpet. I'm going to go in and buy carpet by the yard. Let's say I had this square of carpet that was 1 yard by 1 yard when you buy it by the yards. 1 yard times 1 yard. The area of this would be 1 square yard. 1 times 1, if I found the area of this square, area is base times height. Base times height. 1 times 1 is 1. Yard times yard, square yard. Alright? So when we're saying what our conversion factor is for in yards of carpet, we say 1 square yard. Alright? This, when it's measured in yards, if you see on your little conversion table, it'll say 1 yard of carpet is the same as 1 square yard. And 1 square yard, what is 1 yard? 1 yard is 3 feet. 1 yard is 3 feet. So if I put this in feet, 3 feet times 3 feet, if I'm looking for the area, is 9 square feet. 3 times 3 is 9. Feet times feet, square feet. So looking at the area, 1 square yard is the same as 9 square feet. 9 square feet. And they show that on your table, or you can show that as, that's 3 feet times 3 feet. That's where this 9 square feet came from. So we're going to basically be using, you can eliminate this middle thing if you just don't want to look at it. 1 yard of carpet. 1 yard of carpet is the same as 9 square feet. That's how you go from a yard of carpet to square feet. That's going to be your conversion factor that we're using. So we're starting with, let me erase this. We are starting with 2 yards of carpet. And we're trying to go to square feet. I'm going to turn that whole thing into a fraction. I want to multiply by a conversion factor. I want yards of carpet to go away. So I'm going to put down here yards of carpet, which is really, we're dealing with an area. So yards of carpet go away. 1 yard of carpet, I'm going to ignore that. 1 yard of carpet is equal to 9 square feet. So 9 square feet. 1 yard of carpet is equal to 9 square feet. 1 yard of carpet is equal to 9 square feet. Yard of carpet went down here, square feet went up here. 1 goes with my 1 yard of carpet, 9 goes with my square feet, which means my yard of carpet goes away, and I'm left with square feet, and that's good. So multiply my numbers. 2 times 9 is 18. I'm left with my square feet. My denominator is 1, but I don't have to write it. So 2 yards of carpet is the same thing as 18 square feet of carpet. Okay, now let's come back up here to 29B15. Now we're dealing with what is called yards of concrete. That is a volume of concrete. If we had a box that we were filling up with concrete, and this was all in yards, we know it's a volume because it's cubic feet. Cubic units are always volume. Volume is how much will something fit into some 3D object. So cube, we're dealing with a cube, cubic feet. So if we had here, since we're dealing with yards to start with, if we had 1 yard, if the base was 1 yard long or wide, 1 yard wide, 1 yard deep, and then 1 yard tall. To find the volume, you do base times height, or length times width times height. Okay? The length times the width times the height. So that would be 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Yard times yard times yard is cubic yard. So when we talk about yards of concrete, we're kind of talking about it in a cubic yard. But if we wanted to use feet, remember there's 3 feet in a yard. So for this 1 yard, we're going to say 3 feet. That's 3 feet. This one over here is 3 feet. So if we want to turn it into cubic feet, then we can say the volume of this is 3 feet times 3 feet times 3 feet. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and feet times feet times feet is cubic feet. This just shows you that 1 cubic yard is the same as 27 cubic feet. If you look at your conversion table, it will say 1 yard of concrete is the same as 1 cubic yard of concrete, which is the same thing as 3 feet times 3 feet times 3 feet, and 3 feet times 3 feet times 3 feet is 27 cubic feet. So this is the conversion factor we're going to use to convert 2 yards of concrete. So if we start with 2 yards of concrete, put that into a fraction, we're going to multiply by a conversion factor. We're starting with yards of concrete, so yards of concrete has to go in the denominator in order for it to cancel. which means we want cubic feet in the numerator. So we go to our conversion factor. 1 yard of concrete. 1 yard of concrete is the same as, we're wanting cubic feet, so keep going over until you see your unit with cubic feet. And we see it's 27 cubic feet. So my 27 goes with my cubic feet. So it means my word yards of concrete go away, and I'm left with cubic feet. So now I just multiply my numbers in my fraction. 2 times 27, that would be 54. I have cubic feet left. And the denominator, it would be 1 times 1 is 1. 54 divided by 1 is just 54. So 54 cubic feet.